What's up, everybody? Rattlehead50222 here, the Stuttering Reviewer, and yes, a music review. One of my, ever since Take a Look in the Mirror from Korn came out, they haven't topped that or even came close. Evidently, heads back on the new one. Hopefully, this one song was just even though it's okay, guys. I'm not saying it's a terrible song, but get away from the techno, dubstep, whatever the hell it's called, man. Korn does its best musically, and with a whole lot of Jonathan Davis in the background. He's got the greatest voice in metal, in my opinion. Period. Best voice that you ever. Everybody tries to copy it these days with the black metal and stuff. It seems anyway, but there's only one JD, and the decision making they've been doing in a while, it's just, I don't know, guys. I don't know where they went. But they did make one diamond in the rough along the way without Head. And it was really overlooked. And a matter of fact, the Path of Totality came out so quick after this album hit, because it didn't do that great, that everybody overlooked it, man. I've never heard really much about it. The only video they ever put out by it was, I believe, Let the Guilt Go. I think Pop Appeal was maybe a video, I'm not sure. But guys, I'm here to review Korn-III, Remember Who You Are. And the name fits really well, because they really went back to Korn, man. To Korn, the way they're supposed to sound. They did a hell of a job without Head, a really good job. The two albums before that, man, no, it was terrible. It wasn't there. It just wasn't. This album, I had to listen to about 5 or 6 times all the way through to really appreciate it. And I'm not a big fan of just like maybe one song on here, but really, this album is really fucking good, man. Really overlooked. If Head's back, this is what we want to hear. We want to hear Take a Look in the Mirror, because Take a Look in the Mirror was the most aggressive, hardest Korn album that to date to ever hit the air. Their greatest work, I think, ever, besides their first album. Everybody wants to say Follow the Leader. No. Fuck no. That was the commercialized Korn. The real Korn was their first couple albums, man. And then the fucking Take a Look in the Mirror just took it to a whole nother level. And ever since then, man, they've been on a decline. And I still love Korn. I'm not a fan of the dubstep, whatever they call that, this new techno shit, like Device is using and a few other bands. That's not rock and roll. That was never part of rock and roll. I don't consider Trent Reznor rock and roll. I don't know what he is, but he's in the hard rock genre, and I'm sorry, it's one guy with a piano and a synthesizer. That's not metal, guys. Rock and roll is guitars, bass, drums, and a singer. Not a machine that mimics all them sounds. That's not rock and roll. So, not to offend any Nine Inch Nails fans out there, no. I do like a couple of their tracks, but it's not rock, it's not heavy metal. It's not, period. So, back to Korn. I really hope this album doesn't all sound like this Never Never song that just came out. But this album here, guys, Korn-III, if you have not heard it, go out and get it. And really listen to it. Give it a couple of times. Don't skip through the songs. Listen to them all. Because the ones you think that are going to be shitty are the ones you're going to really enjoy. If you're a true Korn fan, you've already got it. But if you're just like, have stopped listening to Korn kind of like I did after taking a look in the mirror, and then I bought this album. Because, I tried the other two. I did buy the one with the fucked up looking Evolution, and then the one right after Take a Look in the Mirror, and with it had a couple of okay songs on it, but it just wasn't like Take a Look in the Mirror. And this is the closest they got to old Korn without Head. And it's upside down. It's really fucking fantastic, guys. I really like it. I'm going to give this, for a Korn album, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. Take a Look in the Mirror is obviously a 5-star album. Korn's by far best achievement. Another great album, The Untouchables. You know, Korn does great when they mix it up, man. But mixing it up with techno, man, that is not rock and roll. Take that shit and get rid of it. Because when Korn makes music with the guitars and the bass, that's what they're made of. They're known for their slapping bass, real deep bass lines, choppy drums, Jonathan Davis screaming and hollering at the top of his lungs, fucking like the greatest singer ever. And fucking, you know, and the sounds from fucking, you know, the sounds they made with the guitar, and just, that's what Korn was made of, man. You can't replace that with, that's no, man. You can't do that. You can't replace it with the synthesizer making bullshit, man. The Path of Totality was a joke to me. Narcissistic Cannibal was kind of cool because it had a cool beat and the lyrics were alright. But the rest of that album, total fucking joke. Total bomb. Really hope this next album isn't like that. But again, guys, this album's about Korn-III. Remember who you are, Korn. Take your own words and fucking listen to them. Rattlehead 50222, the Stern Reviewer, out here, guys. Thoughts and opinions. Subscribe if you like. You can follow me on Twitter at Rattlehead 50222. I'll follow everybody back. You can also find me. I have a Facebook page called Metal Videos 365. Like it, share whatever you want. I don't care if it's a garage band. Keep it metal. For that, Rattlehead 50222, the Stutter Reviewer, out of here, guys. Everybody have a fucking thrashing evening.